I do come from a conservative family. We grew up on a farm and we were born Catholics. So it was a challenge to come out as a young person due to the fact that being on a farm, you're quite isolated from others and you don't understand that there are other gay people out there. Growing up also, I was in a family that was not very emotionally connected, and what that led to is that we had to protect our family name and ensure our well-standing within the community. And, you know, although my family was loving, caring and nurturing, and I had a great upbringing, these were just challenges that I had to overcome later in life. Hi, my name's Josh. I'm one of the co-founders of PFAM International and also the Litter Club. I was originally born in New Zealand, but after living in many countries around the world, I'm now settled in Phuket in Thailand with my husband of 3.5 years.
When did you first realize you had to live your truth?
You know, I think I've known that I'm gay from a very early age. But one of the things is that growing up in a conservative family, I had to ensure that I protect the family name. And to be able to live my own life and live my true self, I needed to move. So this wasn't really about resistance, it was more about survival and ensuring that my parents were okay. It was difficult to leave my home and my family, but it was needed so that I could grow and be the person that I truly was. And my parents loved and respected that.
How did it feel being an organizer for the first Pride event in Perth and Cairns?
Yeah, look, being an organizer for the very first Pride event in Perth and in Cairns, this happened in the 1990s and very early 2000s. It was exhilarating but also terrifying. We were really charting new path and a new adventure to be able to put together a huge event which celebrated the LGBTQ community. Now, Perth Pride still is an outstanding event that happens to this day, and the same with the Cairns Pride weekend. It was a fun time. It was challenging, being able to be, or having to be, very visible in front of the community. There was resistance, but we did it. And today they still celebrate. 30 years later, they're still celebrating Perth Pride. And so it was a great time and a great opportunity.
Why did you choose Thailand, and how did you build your life here?
Yeah, I chose Thailand. I've got to say Thailand chose me. And how did I build my life? I became involved in community. And this is the biggest aspect of being able to integrate and to build a successful life anywhere in the world. Now, why did Thailand choose me? I was leaving Malaysia. I applied for a visa to come to Thailand Sandbox, which was the end of COVID, and got accepted. It was amazing to be back in Phuket, where I lived 15 years ago for a period of time. I became involved in community as soon as I landed. I started a local Toastmasters club to be able to help people with their public speaking. I became involved in acting, which I'd never done before at a local theatre. And I started the other social enterprises we have, which is the Litter Club, I started in Singapore 5.5 years ago and is still going, as well as PFAM International, which I started with my husband to try and help the local community to be more involved and to work around the issues of parental rejection. Why did I choose Thailand? It chose me. And how do I make it my home? Well, I became involved in community and still am.
What inspired you to start PFAM and the Litter Club?
The things that inspired me around PFAM and the Litter Club is community, and it's always community focused. Now, the Litter Club started 5 years ago in Singapore, and I was out picking up litter on a regular basis, and people would come up to me and say, "What are you doing? Can I give you a hand?" Now, this grew quickly. In less than a month, I had 30 people joining me to do cleanups, and that's continued for over 5 years. When I started PFAM International, it was the same. It was about bringing community together. listening to the stories of young people coming out, but also listening to their stories around parental rejection. This is important and an incredible opportunity to provide support to parents who are sometimes missed out when it comes to being part of our pride family, being part of the LGBT community. And that's an area of focus.
What was the experience like marrying your husband both abroad and in Thailand?
Wow, I have to be one of the luckiest people alive to be able to marry my husband, not only in New Zealand where it's been legal for 15, 18 years now, but also in Thailand where it became legal on the 23rd of January 2025, the day that I married my husband here in Phuket in Thailand. I am so blessed to be able to be recognized in both countries, legally and personally. This was a demonstration that the world is changing and that the world is accepting us even more. And it's just beautiful to be able to stand in front of friends and family, not only in my home country, but also here in Thailand now, and show my love for my husband and see the respect and acceptance that I receive from people here.
What are the biggest challenges LGBTQ plus people still face today?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenges that the LGBT community still face today is around discrimination. That we are not fully accepted and integrated into the community as a whole, and this has a great impact. But outside of the homophobia and the discrimination and not being accepted, our biggest issue is around parental rejection, which in Southeast Asia still runs at around 40% of parents who are unable to accept that their child is gay. We want to work in this place. We want to build resilience, and we want families to stay together. We want parents to be proud and love their child unconditionally. It's really important. Without your biological family, yes, we can create a chosen family. However, it doesn't give us the same level of support and can lead to issues in regards to mental health and even self-harm. By being able to keep our families together, being able to ensure that family unit ensures the safety of our community and shows our parents that they can be proud of us. We're able to be lawyers and doctors, journalists, chefs, or anything. And that loving unconditionally is the most important thing that can happen in our community.
What does Born to Shine mean to you?
What does Born to Shine mean to me? It means about being the absolute best version of yourself that you possibly can. If you have suffered parental rejection, being the best person that you can. Your parents will see it, your friends will see it. It's about removing resistance, but ensuring that you do it safely. Always ensure that be as bold and bright as you want to be, but ensure that you look after yourself, not just physically, but also mentally as you do this. Be a mentor. If you're already out, be a light and an inspiration. You never know the actions that you take, how other people may perceive them, how it may inspire them to be the best version of themselves as well. Take every opportunity that you can to be the best you can, and by doing so, you will help others to also be the best that they can be.